So she wanted to do bigger and better things, and I I get it. I respect that. Although I am disappointed and somewhat hurt that she's not doing the voice of Trunks anymore. But Alex Tipton isn't a bad kid voice Trunks. It's not bad at all. I like hers and Laura Bailey's because she's making Kid Trunks her own. So she's gotta not necessarily fill in the shoes, but make it authentic to where it sounds like her own and not just sounding like Laura Bailey. So facts is that Laura Bailey moved. She's not in Dallas, Texas. She's in LA doing other voice acting work for games and fortunately when they call for it. And I have to say, like, I love that game. I'm glad I got it. Now, how I would make it better is at least find some way to put the X-Men characters in the game, and it couldn't hurt. It couldn't hurt to put the Team Aerial combo back in the fold in the game, or to put more modes. Because after you beat the arcade and beat the missions in the story, there's like nothing left to play. And being that the fact that not everybody's gonna have a PlayStation Plus or unlike hard, that makes it hard. So I can't say that it is impossible because I've seen the impossible happen. I mean, just look at fighters. That started out with the weakest roster ever, and then the roster grew and grew. So it's not like they can't expand the roster by making either a special edition or ultimate edition of the game, or finding a way to add on characters and make it a slot, make more slots. So, although I love the game, it's not a bad game. It could be better. Yes, it could be better as far as characters and more game modes. And for those who want to try putting new characters in a game, if you're going to do that, don't make a whole new character similar to the previous character because that never works. That makes them miss the original character and want the original character back. I mean, just take a look at Jared in Mortal Kombat 4. Kano wasn't in the game, and Jared comes in and he fights just like Kano. I mean, I get it. He's part of the Black Dragon. Kano probably trained him, but I mean, come on. At least be a little more creative. And that's why Jarek failed. And it would not hurt you to put more characters in the game, put more mechanics in the game as far as like the team aerial combos. And for the if you guys make an ultimate edition to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, please put back 3-on-3 teams and the team aerial combo, because like that is like the best thing. And being that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is ultimately easy to play with the air combos, it's so much room to explore that and do some nice string setups. And I say that because you got the Infinity Stones, a callback to Marvel superheroes with the Infinity Gems, and they actually do say the name of the stone that they use, and depending on the character, it has a different aspect to it. I mean, like they still have they set ability that the stones can use, but like say for Ryu, like if you got Ryu and you got a power stone, if you got the power stone on you, when he hits you, it does more damage, and you're bouncing all over the place. And I like how with the time stone, like if your partner falls, you use the time stone, you get to call them back. I mean, granted, their health won't be at 100%, but if you help them out and you do a special, your partner is going to do one for you. And had you put 3 and 3, the possibilities would be endless for that. And another thing, please make the announcer at least sounds thrilled to be there. One thing one thing I liked about Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the original and the Ultimate Edition, is when the announcer, the in-game announcer, had a commentator alongside the game announcer, and she gave the commentator would give her feedback. Like she'd be like, "Oh, is he gonna be coming back from this one? There's no fight left in her. There's no fight left in him." That's the way you bring it home, and things like that. And then she'd be like, and then when you would hit them with a ultimate attack, or in this case a hyper combo finish, they would get really excited. They're like, hyper combo finish! Wow, that was really impressive. And it's like, it's down to a one-on-one grudge match, you guys. Let's see who's gonna win. And I like stuff like that. I love stuff like that. And then the fact that, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite doesn't have that, that's another drawback. But I think what hurt it the most is the fact that there was no more characters. Like, this is like the lowest roster that Marvel vs. Capcom has ever had. Ever. At least in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the original one, you can unlock the characters. You can't even do that. Only thing you're unlocking is titles for online and costumes. Now, don't get me wrong, those are a nice touch too. Like those are a special edition. Like Hulk's red costume is just a callback from when he's got an evil twin, and I like that. I respect that. But the potential this game has, I feel that it was wasted because the roster was lackluster, and there wasn't really that much to offer as far as modes. I mean, granted, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 original didn't have any modes like that, but they still made it work because they had missions, and they had an arcade scoreboard, and they had missions where you had to go to arcade. It wasn't just at the mission menu. You had to go to arcade. You had to pick a certain character and do a certain move, and that was intriguing to me, and challenging. Yes, annoying at times, but it worked because it got me invested.